They're not clapping for you. They're waiting for you to fall. Every time you talk about what you're going to do, they lean in, not to help, but to watch you mess up. They smile to your face and bet behind your back. The truth: most people don't care if you win. They care if you fail because it makes them feel better about staying the same. So keep talking if you want to feed their gossip. Or shut your mouth, build in silence, and let them choke when you show up already done. You ever wonder why you feel stuck in the same loop, no matter how many times you promise yourself you're going to change? You write the plans, you talk about them, you even daydream about the day it all works out. But when you look around, nothing moves. You wake up the same, you check your phone for something to distract you, you drift back into your old cycle like the plan never existed. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you don't care enough. It's because every time you open your mouth too soon, you drain the energy that was meant to build that plan into something real. You announce your dreams like they're achievements. You rehearse your excuses before you've taken the first real step. And when the excitement wears off, you're too tired to do the boring work that actually changes things. You leak your fire every time you hand out your dreams for cheap approval. You tell your family, your friends, even strangers online what you're going to do. They smile, nod, maybe say, "Good for you." And in that moment, your brain tricks you into feeling like you've already done something. You feel a little high on that fake reward, but the plan is still just air. The road is still empty. The truth is most people never move past this phase because it feels safer to talk than to risk failing alone. It's easier to imagine applause than to sit in silence and build something brick by brick with no one cheering. But you can't shortcut the quiet work. That's the price. And yet, you keep paying it with words instead of action. You let other people's reactions steer your mood, kill your momentum, reshape your ideas into something smaller and safer so nobody laughs. You let small talk cut down big visions. You hear one sarcastic comment, "Oh, you really think you can pull that off?" And you swallow your ambition so fast you barely taste it. You don't even realize how many times you've done this to yourself. You don't see how many good ideas you buried under other people's doubts, because you offered them up too early for opinions that never built anything in the first place. You wonder why you feel exhausted halfway through chasing a dream. You blame your discipline, your willpower, your luck. But look closer. You're dragging an invisible crowd behind you every step you take. Their voices echo in your mind while you're trying to work. Their judgment rewrites your blueprint every time you hit a setback. You think they're invested, but they're not. They're just entertained. They're not there to lift you. They're there to see if you're just like them, full of talk, empty of results. And every time you tell them what you're planning, you're giving them permission to doubt you out loud and in their heads. You're handing them ammo to shoot down your next attempt. That's the hidden tax of over-talking your dreams. You pay in confidence, you pay in momentum, you pay in wasted breath you could have used to breathe life into the work itself. If you're sick of feeling stuck, you have to close the door, lock out the noise. Understand that your unfinished ideas don't belong in other people's mouths yet. They need roots first, roots that grow in silence, watered by discipline, not gossip. And the next time you're tempted to announce your comeback, your next big goal, your shiny new plan, pause. Look at the pattern, look at where it's led you before. Then do the brave thing, keep it to yourself. Carry it like a secret you owe only to your future self. That's how you finally break the loop. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? This endless cycle of telling the world what we're about to do, only to watch it all crumble when the applause fades. It's deeper than just wanting attention. It's the lie your mind whispers to make you feel safe. If they know I'm working on it, they'll believe in me. But belief doesn't build anything. Belief without discipline is a balloon with no air. We're wired to chase tiny doses of approval. It's human nature. Our brains crave that hit. You drop a big announcement at dinner, everyone claps, you feel seen, your confidence swells. But underneath, nothing has changed. You still have to wake up tomorrow and do the same silent, lonely work you were running from in the first place. It's so easy to mistake talking for progress because talking feels good. It tricks you into feeling like you've moved an inch. But the real path is long, empty, and quiet. Nobody claps while you're sweating alone at 2 a.m. fixing mistakes, reworking steps, taking blows to your ego when you realize you're not as ready as you thought. That part isn't pretty enough to post, so you skip it and reach for the next quick fix. Another promise, another round of watch me, another speech about how this time it's different. But it never is, because you've trained your brain that speaking is the work. And it's not. It's the escape. It's the cover story for staying small while sounding big. The Stoics had this figured out centuries ago. Epictetus said it so simply. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That line hits harder than any motivation quote on your feed. It means this: you don't owe the world an explanation while you're building yourself. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You need to do the work so quietly and so stubbornly that when the final version shows up, it can't be ignored, because it's undeniable. Every time you speak too soon, you loosen your grip on the thing you say you want. You hand it to people who haven't earned the right to hold it, and they poke holes in it with their fears, their envy, their disbelief. The harsh truth: most people aren't rooting for you like you think they are. They're just curious how your story ends, and if it ends badly, it makes their stuck life feel justified. You validate their excuses when you fail publicly. That's why they lean in so close when you talk. They're not listening to cheer, they're listening to measure whether you'll stay in their league. If you succeed, you remind them they could have done more. If you fail, you reassure them it's okay to settle. So ask yourself, who are you really talking for? Them or you? What would happen if you held your fire in the dark a little longer, shut your mouth a little tighter, and let the silence grow roots deeper than any outside voice could reach? That's how you flip the switch. That's how you stop building your dream in other people's mouths and start building it where it belongs, quietly inside you, until it's too solid to break. So what does it look like to actually break this cycle? To stop handing out pieces of your dream like cheap samples and start protecting it like something rare. It looks like discipline no one sees. It looks like doing the boring, unglamorous parts while the world thinks you're just another nobody drifting through the same old days. It looks like writing the plan when no one's asking, working the extra hour when no one's watching, shutting down the part of you that wants to tell everyone you're about to rise. You don't owe them your blueprint. You owe yourself the proof that you can keep a promise you never spoke out loud. When you catch yourself about to say, "I'm going to," stop. Replace it with "I'm doing." Don't announce the new diet, cook the meal in silence. Don't post the gym selfie, sweat when the lights are off. Don't brag about the business idea, build the draft, make the call, send the email that pushes it forward an inch at a time. Keep the receipts for yourself, not the audience. And when people ask what you've been up to, shrug, smile, change the subject, let them wonder. Because when you do the work in the shadows, you're training your mind to trust your actions more than your words. You're feeding your self-respect, not your need for approval. You're creating momentum that doesn't leak out the second someone questions you. And here's the secret nobody talks about. When you get good at this, the outside noise loses its grip. Doubt from others can't touch a plan they know nothing about. Judgment bounces off walls they can't see inside. Gossip dies when there's nothing new to chew on. And when the work finally breaks the surface, it's too late to stop it. So build quietly, build stubbornly, Build while they think you're stalled, distracted, lost. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you gave up. That's free cover. That's your advantage. Because when you show up with results no one saw coming, they won't have time to tear it down. They'll be too busy wondering how you did it, wondering how they missed it, wondering why you didn't say a word. That's how you win the only way that matters, with actions too real to ignore and a silence too disciplined to break. Think about a mountain hidden by clouds. Nobody sees it growing. Nobody applauds when its edges sharpen through storms and centuries. But it stands, unshaken, long after the noise at its base fades away. Or picture a wolf alone in the forest, moving at night where no eyes can follow. It doesn't howl to declare its hunt. It watches, studies, tracks every movement in silence. Its strength is not the roar but the patience to strike when the moment is right. That's what your dream needs from you, quiet strength, not endless chatter. Look at bamboo buried underground for years, weaving a maze of roots before a single green shoot ever sees the sun. People walk over that soil for 5 seasons and call it empty. Then one spring it shoots up feet overnight and no one can stop it. They think it happened fast, but the work was buried deep the whole time. Or think of the blacksmith hammering iron in a lonely shed. He doesn't invite a crowd to watch every strike on the anvil. He swings and sweats and shapes in private until the blade holds an edge too sharp to doubt. By the time it leaves that workshop, it speaks for him. The metal becomes his proof. That's what you are when you build in silence, proof. Proof that real change doesn't beg for eyes. It demands no witness. It doesn't flex before it's strong enough to stand alone. The ones who win are the ones who master the invisible hours, those quiet mornings, those nights when the world sleeps while they chip away, unseen, unpraised, uncelebrated. The noise waits outside the door, but the work lives where no echo can reach. So carry your plan like a secret oath. Sharpen it alone. Starve your need to broadcast, feed your need to become. Because when you do, you'll rise like that mountain, rooted deeper than gossip can dig. You'll strike like that wolf, faster than doubt can react. And when your moment comes, there will be no need to explain. The proof will roar louder than any words you ever swallowed in the dark. Today is the day you draw a line between who you've been and who you're about to become. Not tomorrow, not when it feels easy, not when you think the timing is perfect. Now, right here, listening to these words, feeling that knot in your chest that knows you've wasted too much time leaking your power for scraps of approval. Pick one thing, just one. That project you keep telling your friends you're gonna start. That habit you keep announcing every new year but never finish. That goal you've plastered all over your social media like a badge you haven't earned yet. Take it back. Reclaim it. Make it yours alone again. Tell no one, close the door. Stop the updates. Feed it with action no one sees. Let it grow roots where no eyes can reach. The next time you feel that itch to tell someone what you're planning, swallow it. Remember that silence is not emptiness, it's strength. Remember that the people waiting to see you slip are starving for details to twist and spin. Don't feed them. Let them wonder. Let your circle shrink if it has to. True supporters won't need an announcement. They'll see it in your shift. They'll feel it when you show up different, calmer, more certain because you're finally moving for you, not for the echo of a crowd. If you've ever needed permission to hold something just for yourself, this is it. This is your sign to protect your next step with teeth if you have to. To defend your unfinished work like it's sacred. Because it is. Every day you choose silence, you sharpen the edge between the talker you were and the doer you're becoming. This is the kind of discipline that doesn't post progress pics, because the real results won't need captions. This is how you build the version of you that no one sees coming until it's too late to doubt. So tonight, do one thing nobody knows about. Start that draft, write that email, practice that skill behind closed doors. And when the urge to broadcast hits, remind yourself, they're not waiting to celebrate you. They're waiting to say, I knew you quit. Let them wait. Let them starve. Let your work be the only announcement they ever get. You owe them nothing. You owe yourself everything. And that starts the moment you choose to shut your mouth and build. One day you'll wake up and the version of you who couldn't stay quiet, who needed every move to be seen and praised, will feel like a stranger. You'll look around at the life you built piece by piece, out of sight, and you'll thank yourself for every moment you bit your tongue and kept building when no one clapped. The people who doubted you will pretend they always believed. The ones who watched for your failure will act like they never whispered. It won't matter. You won't need their memory to prove anything because you'll stand in what you built with your own hands, unshaken, unstoppable. There will come a day when your silence will echo louder than any promise you could have made. You won't have to convince anyone you're different. They'll see it in how you walk, how you speak less but mean more, how your actions write the story your words used to beg for.